Well, hi there, and welcome to the 5 Room Dungeon. My name is Saucy, and I'll be your DM for this evening. Tonight, we're going to be running a one-shot adventure called The Heist. This is in a 5 room dungeon format. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms, 5 separate videos. Tonight, we're running with a different party. This may be the final party we run on this one-shot. They are known as the Leeches because they quote-unquote suck. Let's go ahead and introduce them. Let's go around the table. We'll start right here on my left.
Hi, my name is Jeff, and I will be playing Argo the Naut.
Oi, I'm Big Sal. They call me that because I stand at 3.5 feet tall as a halfling, and I'm here to make some money.
My name is Fish Fingers, and I come from the sea, and well, I'm here to go try to, make my way, find myself a way, a good title and whatnot and everything, and we're gonna see how things go and everything with this fishy group.
Well, that's clear as mud. Thank you for that.
Well, hi. I am Sean. I'm kind of here because I need to repay some money.
Okay, and Argo, I cut you off a little bit.
Oh,
Tell
yeah,
us a
yeah.
little bit about who you are.
Argo, Argo, am trying to get money to unpetrify my sibling, who was done in by a basilisk.
Oh, dirty basilisks. Every time.
That is a noble cause.
Don't get stoned, children. Don't get stoned. Okay, so yeah, we all talked about money here. Money is a major motivator for taking this mission. Let's talk about this mission real quick. The group was given a few bits of information before accepting the one-shot adventure. And the information is that you've been hired by a client to break into an ancient vault beneath a ruined temple and to retrieve a special item and then return that to your client. The reward for completing this mission is the equivalent of $10 million. It is 750,000 gold pieces. That will buy a lot of rotisserie chickens. Okay?
Yes.
So, that money is yours to keep, as well as any other loot that you find in the dungeon, yours to keep. The question is, who is it that hired the party to do this mission? And I've asked the players here to come up with who is the client.
Who did we say that what was the...
I mean, in my line of work, we're trained not to ask too many questions. I know he was wearing a hoodie and, hiding his face, didn't really give me his name, but the money was right, so.
I think it was some kind of baron or something like that.
Baron, yeah. So I guess now is a good time to mention that there is a leader of this group. There was a lengthy election process where we asked somebody to step forward as the leader, and naturally 3 players stepped backwards, and 1 player became the official leader of the party, and that is Mr.
I don't see anyone behind me. Wait, me? Wait, the Fish Fingers is the leader?
Mr. Fishfingers, the leader of the Leeches. Tell us about what's the name of this client?
Well, the name of this client, they only went by the Baron.
The Baron.
The Baron. Not just Baron, the Baron.
The Baron. Is that more of a legal title, or is that kind of an informal name?
That's kind of an informal, because a lot of times we don't use names around for, because, the less you know, the better and everything. Because sometimes, if you get caught, they can't force you to divulge things. So,
That's right. The less you know, the better. All you needed to know was where to bring back the item and how you're getting paid.
Yeah.
So that's
the
been
important
established.
parts.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Getting paid is the important part. Okay. So now it's time to go ahead and set out on the mission. And we're going to jump right into the dungeon. Okay?
Cool.
We're not going to do any traveling. We're not going to do any, search for the moon door to enter. No. You guys are already in there.
No hijinks montage? Oh.
Well, we're going to get to that. So let's talk about the ruins. So inside these ruins in the ancient city of Old Threnopolis, which is located at the base of Mount Vale Crux, is a hidden entrance that leads into an overgrown stone-cut temple. And after some mild exploration, you find a path that descends into catacombs beneath this temple. After navigating those catacombs for long enough, you find yourself in front of this ancient vault, which is coincidentally and conveniently open. It's wide open. So tell me, on the way down to this vault where we're dropping in, how much resistance did you guys meet along the way?
There was some moss and a couple of spider webs.
Spider webs, yeah.
A dog skull. I don't know.
That's about it. Sean, did you encounter anything that was mildly inconvenient, or was this just remarkably just unnewsworthy?
Well, I definitely did slip a little bit on the moss.
It's a little slippy, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm wondering if I
Drylanders.
can right off, I kind of got my clothes dirty. I'm kind of upset about that.
You soiled your garment
Yeah.
a bit.
Yeah.
Is there a wizard in the party that has prestidigitation? Checks character sheet.
I've never heard of that.
No. Okay. If you had, your clothing would be very clean, or you can make everyone else's clothing very dirty. But irrelevant, because nobody here knows it. It's a fun party trick.
That is neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there. Where we are there inside the dungeon, and you guys are going to love this. I've got a picture. I brought pictures of the vault. Here we go. This is the vault room, and I'll go ahead. You guys can keep that. I need to clear runway here. So, if I could have one member of the group describe to me what you see in that picture so that the listeners can understand the scene that we're setting.
So we're seeing a large round vault that has like one of those almost not steering wheel but boat wheel type turn things to open it, and that is in a room farther away. There is a gate that it has a padlock on it, and everything looks a bit golden color, and there are two statues around the vault that are of people in of statues of people in full plate armor.
Yeah, so that's very well described. You are inside the vault room. There is a large circular vault door with 3 combination locks on it and a captain's wheel in the center. The rest of the room is relatively empty except for some stone carvings of statues on the right and the left. And then there are iron bars separating you from the majority of the room. Inside those iron bars, there is a mechanical lock that is integrated into the door of that cage. So, party leader, let's have you do the first roll of the game. Let's have an investigation check.
All right. I'm trying to remember, what do I need to roll for?
D20.
So it should be a D20 plus whatever advantage you get.
Yeah, I've got
for
plus 0,
investigation.
so I will.
Perfect. Plus 0.
Let's see.
Those plus zeros are very convenient.
So 12.
A 12 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that'll do. So, based on your observation, and you were very astute in your observation, by the way. Golf clap for that one. You've noticed that these are mechanical type locks, meaning that there's no arcane properties to these locks. They're ancient. They're just, there's tumblers and gears and different things. Based on that investigation, you can determine that this lock on the cage can be picked by someone who has lockpicking tools. And the vault door, enter Big Sal with set of lockpicking tools.
Big Sal, I think this might be your moment.
I'll have it cracked open in a jiffy.
The second vault door with the 3 combinations, those can be using these some keen senses of listening skills. You determine that somebody who has a very good sense of hearing, in complete silence, should be able to crack those as well. So that is the information you have as the leader. How you divulge that information to your team, who, remind me again just how intelligent the rest of the group is.
Not very.
Plus 0.
+0, great.
You're a wizard. You better be high at least.
I'm
13?
pretty smart when I'm not
Wait,
sacrificing
13?
things.
Come on, I'm a 12.
Okay, so. Oh, I'm sorry, 17. The
Okay,
wizard is a
that's fine.
17. So you are much smarter than everybody else. Whether or not you speak to them in a way that proves your superior intellect, that's entirely up to you. You can totally dumb it down for them. You're smart enough to do that, right? Some of the party, even your party leader, is, they are of average intelligence, right? A 12 is, I think, a little above average. And one of your party members is going to struggle with advanced
No
language.
big words.
Right.
No big words.
Multiple.
Few word do trick.
Yes.
So that's the dynamic of the group here. So party leader, Mr. Fishfingers, Captain Fishfingers. Now you have this information. Now would be a good time for you to delegate. Okay, party. Okay, Leeches. Here's our plan of attack.
So the first one, I think you are up for that.
Who is you? We cannot.
Big Sal.
Okay.
You
Let me at it.
And then now how was it the other? You said the other ones took you sound. Or try to remember the.
Correct. It's a combination lock that by
Gotcha.
manipulating those dials, they should be able to hear the clicks and tumbles in that lock.
So that one, if we could figure out whoever's best at hearing the sounds of that, who's ever best at cracking that, we can give someone a chance. Well, of course, we gotta get the Big Sal first, because you need to.
Shall I go ahead and crack the lock?
Yes, please.
So this is a lock picking roll. It's going to be your sleight of hand plus +2 for proficiency if you have proficiency in lock picking tools.
So sleight of hand +2? That looks like a 27 then.
Yeah, that'll do it. So the first step of this process, you're able to hook it correctly. However, it's going to take multiple successes to unlock this thing. So it's an ancient lock, right? It's going to require a bit of finesse. Let's have a second roll.
Oh, that is exactly what I do not want to see. It's not a 1.
Okay. What do we
But
have?
it does mean it is an 11.
An 11. Unfortunately, 11 is not quite enough to unlock it. And at this point, let's see. Let's have everybody take a perception check. So you can roll a d20 plus your perception bonus.
$21.
21.
A 6.
6. Okay.
15.
15.
9.
9. Okay. So Wizard Sean, you notice him struggling a little bit with this lock, and the others may not be quite aware.
You're doing great, Sal.
They may think he's doing a great job, and this is part of the process. But you can tell, he's made a bit of a face at a certain point where he's like,
Wait,
uh-oh.
is your character a guy or girl?
Guy.
Okay, guy. So
Big Sal is a 3-foot tall halfling.
Mm-hmm.
So-
3.5.
So probably picking this lock overhead, right? And Sean, you see this going down. Do you say anything to Big Sal? Perhaps provide him some guidance in this situation?
Well, I'm starting to think that he might be having problems because he can't actually look at the lock.
I can fix that.
But, I have a great friend over here, Argo the Naut, that is more than capable of picking up our friend here and swaddling him almost like a baby.
Don't you dare.
Argo's just going to lay on the ground. Use a stool. Just going to lay down. Hands behind his head like he's getting ready to take a nap.
So you're gonna climb on top of Argo?
Fine, I'll use him as a stool.
Better vantage.
Okay, so let's try to pick this lock again.
Are you taking the hint and giving me guidance?
You know, before we begin, if anybody has anything that might...
I'll give it. Wait, I don't know. Well, I know you mentioned it.
The internal mechanisms of this lock might be a little stuck together. Would anything that we have help lubricate this lock to help it open?
All right, I'm just rolling.
Try spit.
What they're getting at is you have a cantrip called Guidance, which will
I guess technically
help
I do
his-
too.
will help him roll a little bit better.
That does not stack though, right? Guidance.
No.
Okay.
But it does give me an extra 1d4.
And I believe you have to lay your hands on him in order for it to work. Is it a player you have to touch? So if you would like to guide him, just tell us how you touch him to help him pick
I'm
this
picturing the scene from Ghost. Got your arms wrapped around him and guiding his hands gently.
Yes. I'd walk up as he's approaching the lock, standing on top of Argo the Knot. Just put my hands on his shoulders. Just looking over the side.
I'm sure this is going to help you quite a bit.
And you cast guidance?
And I cast guidance.
Okay, great.
Like, no, it's just for funsies.
Well, the way he was saying it, it sure sounded like he was having fun. Okay, so 16 plus 25.
Yeah, so you've almost got it. Let's have one more roll.
Can I get some more guidance?
Yes, I'll continue guiding you on your way.
23.
23. Yeah, so at that point, tell us how the lock goes.
So I feel the tumblers kind of click into place as I guide my tools in there. Just kind of nudge it in and click as everything pops into place and it creaks open.
Okay, and when it opens up, is it a pull or is it a push?
It is a pull.
It's a pull. Okay, so you've got it unlocked. Now, Argo's got to get out of the way before...
That's my ribs. That's my ribs. Move.
I'll get off of him.
Yep. Okay, so you're able to pull this open a little bit, and that'll bring us closer to the vault door. And here is a close-up of that vault door. And General Fishfingers, now you are inside the cage of the vault, approaching the circular vault door.
Yeah.
How would you like to delegate the next step of this process?
Who has the best hearing amongst us? What would that be, translate like? You know,
Perception.
Probably
Like,
perception.
But how would you answer that in character? It can't just say
I know.
+3.
I know.
Either
Who has the best ears? Who feels like they have the best ears?
I mean, I'm pretty decent.
Well, shall we let Big Sal continue on and think you can do it?
This is what you hired me for, right?
Shall I also give you some guidance? Can you? How
Your
high?
hands are clammier than his.
Okay. Also, what is the height of these things?
Well, take a look. I mean,
I can get the lower one first.
the lower one is no problem at all. He may need a boost for the other two. So while Big Sal is trying to carefully listen for the mechanisms inside the door, what is Argo and Sean doing at the time?
Well, I think he's giving guidance, right? Because he doesn't want my guidance.
He said no.
No, yeah, he said my hands are clammy, so he wants him for guidance. He wants
I mean, I'll
Sean
take
for
guidance either way, but
Sure, I'll always give guidance.
And you're still working the shoulders?
Oh, still working the
Sorry.
shoulders. It's
Just really
it's a
massaging
nice-
the guidance
You got
in there.
this.
yeah,
You got
it's a good
this.
shoulder massage.
oh yeah, I got this. I don't got this. Wait, hold on. Guidance may have saved us. Probably not. 12.
A 12. Yeah, so success. You listening, you can hear the clicks as it goes through, and it's probably due to the age of this that it's a little bit more pronounced than maybe modern materials. So you're able to lock the first one into position, and Sean, you're very perceptive. You can see the look of pure. I mean, he's impressed with himself over this. And what's your reaction to that?
My reaction is probably that I need to probably just need to ask, Fish Fingers, hey, what all's going on? Like, this feels like this is too simple. Do you know anything I don't?
Fish Fingers.
Sorry, what was the question again?
So Sean is getting curious.
Mm-hmm.
He's wondering why this seems so easy. Famous last words, right?
We walked down a very creepy, trip down to these catacombs. Walked right up to a door that we were able to get open pretty quickly, and then now the first lock just popped. Is anybody stopping to think and say, this is a lot of money for?
Well, maybe we just should be cautious when what might be inside this thing. I don't,
How does Argo feel about all this? You're kind of being left out in the cold here.
Argo is listening, but not really caring because he's like, I'm strong enough to handle whatever comes my way.
So how's he keeping himself occupied?
Cleaning his ears,
Just some self-grooming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Popping his knuckles, stretching a little bit.
Okay, fair enough. But keeping it relatively quiet in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. So Big Sal, is it time for
Lock
dial
number
number 2? Now you're gonna
If
leave
someone would mind giving me a little bit of a boost.
a little boost. Any takers on that?
Got it.
Argo.
And some guidance.
I am your stool, sire.
21.
21. Yeah, that'll do it. So the second one easier than the first one. Like, you know what you're looking for, and when you hear it, like, now you're really confident about this. And Fish Fingers, you see this, you see, like, I think this was the right guy to hire for this job.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
I told you I'm the best in the industry.
Seems to be going a little too easy. Let's hope it stays that way.
Okay, there's still one more dial that has yet to be cracked. Sean, what do you think should be the next steps?
I think we should just go for that third
Okay.
lock.
Yeah, let's go right into it.
Let's-
So, Argo, you're gonna have to, maybe put out a knee this time.
Yeah.
Give him a little boost.
Up on the knee.
Uppies. Okay.
Yeah. 22.
22. Yeah, so you're able to go ahead and this one locks into place too. You can feel it like kind of bite as you turn the knob, like, oh yeah, I got it. So all three are in position now. So now there's only one thing left to do.
Turn the wheel.
Turn the wheel.
There you go. You guys are on it. So
Now-
Captain Fish Fingers.
This word caution. We don't know what may be inside here. Yes, Argo.
What about the statues on either side of the door?
They're statues.
Well, the
Can I check their pockets?
Let's have an investigation check.
Do they have pockets? Investigate.
A 4. They don't have pockets, but you don't know that. You're pretty sure that they're holding something and you want it.
Mm-hmm.
So while they're concerned with the door, you're concerned with the statues.
If it doesn't move, call me.
And while you're concerned with these statues, you've determined that they are made of some kind of stone or something like that. But they definitely have something that you want. So I don't know if you want to use a dagger or some type of tool to try to pick at these or try to get something out of it that you want. But you're very interested in what's going on.
Are there is there any loose rubble on the ground in here?
Sure.
Okay. I will grab a stone and start whacking it against one of the
Just
statues.
banging the stone on there.
Yep, just
Dude.
try and crack it open.
Okay, fair enough. All right, back at the captain's wheel on the door.
We suddenly hear him banging on.
Yeah, he's clack, clack,
Dude,
clack.
dude, what are you doing? The Argo.
Trying to open it.
It's a statue.
Doesn't mean it's not hollow.
We don't know what's inside.
And Argo,
Yeah.
in your head, you hear this memory of the Baron telling you, and you can keep whatever else you find while in the dungeon.
Yep.
So you may take a statue home with you if this plays out the way you want it to.
Ooh,
Why don't we
take the
come-
whole thing?
Why don't we come back for the statue after we make sure there isn't something that's going to murder us inside?
Well, I'm also trying to make sure there's nothing gonna murder us out here.
True. So, what is the statue alive? Do you find anything alive about the statue?
I don't know. I'm trying to take its sword.
Isn't it just a stone sword?
It's still a sword.
Can't argue with that logic.
All right. So,
All right, so group leader, who has the honor of spinning the captain's wheel in the middle of the door?
Captain, would you like to take the wheel?
sure, just everyone else, just prepare, just in case there's something in here that tries to kill me or us. We probably should make, pull, you get whatever weaponry you have. I'll grab take my my crossbow out, and just in case. All right.
Hold on, I almost got the sword loose.
Use your what weapon did you bring?
Oh, I have a long sword, I think.
You already have a sword. You don't need a dual wield.
I'm using my strength.
To destroy the statue?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What did you roll?
I rolled
This would be an athletics check.
athletic check. 20.
20. Yeah, so you do some real damage to this statue. And this sword, which you want to remove from it, is broken. So you have part of it for sure.
The hilt, at least, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
You got the hilt.
Now
You
I
can
have-
wave that around like
Now I have a stone club.
Yes. Yes, you
All right.
have created a club out of. Yes. Congrats.
right.
Congrats.
That will work.
All right, so Sean, the wizard, how do you prepare? When they say prepare yourself for what may be behind this door, what do you do to prepare yourself?
So I'm going to stand a good 15 paces behind Captain Fishfingers, just full well knowing that I doubt anyone is paying attention to when they open this vault door. All of them are going to be behind the door because it's going to swing out towards us.
It's true. It's true. So, Fishfingers, is it time to spin the wheel, make the deal?
I'm going to
open the
hide
door?
behind the statue before he does that.
You're going to hide behind the statue. So,
The
Are
broken one or
statues-
the other
are
one?
The statues
Not the
actually-
broken one.
are
the
they-
statues are partially recessed into the wall.
Oh,
So
okay.
they are integral to the wall. But they do project out a
Yeah,
little bit.
so
you
about-
can like hug close to the wall.
Yeah, but like kind of peeking around the statue, looking to see
and
what's
which
there.
statue? The side behind the door or the side closer to
Where
it
I can
open?
see the door.
We can see the back of the door when it folds
When
open.
it opens, so I can kind of look in and see what's there.
Oh, okay. So you're going to be on the side. It's going to crack open. You're going to be the first one to see what's in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
Great.
one thing. Do I have a shield? I was trying to.
I don't know. Do you have a shield?
I don't think I do.
What's your armor class?
Light, medium, and heavy. And
No.
shield.
Your
What
AC.
shield?
What is your AC?
Oh, my AC. Wait, where's my AC?
It's probably at the top.
12.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm. No shield.
Well,
What would you
armor. Leather, armor, and shield. It says right there, armor worn. That's right. So I do have a shield.
12 seems pretty low. It should be a 14 if you're holding the shield.
Doesn't it increase when I'm holding the shield?
You probably have to actually be holding the
Yeah.
shield.
Just a moment.
It's probably 12 without the shield, and then
Yeah.
a +2 if you have it.
Probably, yeah. So instead of the crossbow, I'll use the shield in my one hand, just in case there's something here trying to.
So on the armor class, did we decide if he's holding the shield, it's a 14?
I would assume.
I think so, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean,
you're going to
leather
hold
armor
the
is-
shield while you're palming the wheel?
Yeah, I'm just, sort of like,
Leather armor is 11 plus dex bonus. What's your dex?
my dex is -1.
Oh, minus.
That explains the 12 then.
Okay, yes, it actually would be 12 with the shield.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay, great. So this wheel, once you break it loose, it spins relatively smoothly. But it is, it takes a little, to
Yeah.
like breaking a bolt loose. But then it does spin open, and as you spin the wheel, it hisses as it releases a little bit. And then, would you like to pull the door?
No,
No.
it's hissing.
It was just more just like a seal sound, right?
It was a pressure difference.
Yeah.
As you release that seal. Yeah.
So, all right.
That tells the dum-dum, don't open it.
We have to go in there for the job.
So you're gonna go ahead and crack it open a little bit.
Anyone have any objections?
Yes.
Okay. Argo?
I'm gonna go outside and be in fresh air first.
There you go.
Okay, wait, how far deep down are we? We're pretty
I mean,
far-
he can just walk outside of the vault.
Okay,
He
gotcha.
can go through those bars. He can walk out into the hallway where the catacomb is. Not super fresh out there, but definitely.
It's
Not
better
contained.
than whatever compressed air is in there.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
All right, so Big Sal, you're the first to see inside.
Okay.
Here's what you see. Please describe for our audience what you see inside that door.
It looks like a vault with lots of little boxes all over.
That's right. So on three sides of this vault, the vault is maybe let's say 10 feet wide by about 15 feet long. On three sides, there are small little doors, kind of like you would see at a post office for P.O. boxes. And each one of them has a little brass nameplate on it. There are hundreds of these lining all these walls. And some of them are already opened.
Safe deposit boxes.
How about the one we're looking for? What was it? 052?
052, yes.
So you can open the door all the way. Would anybody like to walk into the inner vault?
I'd like to check for traps.
Let's have an investigation check.
Oh, that is not good. 5?
5. Yeah, so it's definitely trapped. It's definitely booby trapped. You can't really understand how it's booby trapped, but you're sure of it.
Okay, just be careful going in. Careful not to set this off, whatever it is.
Any other takers?
I'm
Right.
After seeing Big Sal determine that there's definitely traps here, I would like to investigate just because I don't trust any
Sure,
of
you want to
these.
take a closer look. Yep, let's have an investigation check.
$13.
13. You don't know what Big Sal was looking at, but it looks fine to you. I mean, it's possible he might have seen something that you didn't see, but it just looks like an empty vault with a bunch of these boxes around the edges, and some of them are open. In fact, there's maybe a dozen of them that are open, and the door is just swung out, and there's a little door, maybe like the shape of a shoebox. That's it.
Is there any of these that I can touch without fully walking in?
No, you'd have to step in if you would like to touch one of them. But you can tell from where you are that there's etchings on these nameplates.
You know, Argo,
Yeah.
want to see something cool?
Okay.
Come over here.
Out of character? Well, dang. In character? Okay.
So Argo approaches the vault door, which Sean is standing in front of, and now that you're giving out orders, what do you instruct Argo to do?
Argo, can you tell me how tall you are?
Yeah, can you tell us how tall you are?
I saw it on here somewhere. 6 foot.
6 foot. Can you
Tall.
tell me about how tall this vault is, like in the center?
Oh,
I
man.
need you to go in and measure it. Like, can you touch the ceiling? It's super important, I promise.
Let's have a persuasion check. And you can set whatever difficulty you think he needs to convince you.
We'll make this an opposed roll.
Oh, okay. So it's dice versus dice here.
Let's
So a
see.
wisdom saving throw maybe against his persuasion check.
I'll use my survival
There you go. Yeah.
because that gives me a +2, so it's a +1.
Oh no, what?
Ten.
A 10 versus a
3.
3.
Yes. Oh my goodness, yes.
So something tells you if you follow his command, you will die.
No.
All right, now would be a good time for the group leader to intervene and come up with a plan of attack on how to enter this room, if you should enter the room at all, and who has the pleasure. Of...
Okay. So I know you're more the expert for knowing what these traps things are. So
You're pointing at Big Sal.
at big, yeah. So what are your recommendation on how we should enter this room without dying horribly?
Is it a floor trigger or
Fish fingers. Let's have an investigation check.
Okay.
a trip line or?
Let's see my 15.
Yeah. So you're sure there's no traps here? It's just an empty room. In fact, it's immaculate. There's nothing on the floor anywhere. There's just a couple doors that are open. It's actually pretty shiny in there. It's much cleaner than the vault room.
Big Sal, what could you what exactly is the trap we're looking for?
I think this may be a pressure plate.
Where?
Where?
If you don't believe me, try stepping on it.
Ooh.
Argo, can I borrow your stone sword hilt?
Ah.
That's actually what I was thinking.
Perfect.
Here.
His prized possession.
Do you mind if I toss this in there?
He's giving consent.
All right, here we go. And a 1. And a 2.
How far does he throw it in?
Just like
On the plate.
on the where he pointed the plate, or so, you know.
So like 3 feet?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. It is stone, so this is probably heavy.
Yeah, so I don't know what you expected to happen, but it hits the floor and kind of clinks a little bit. Everybody's waiting for a boom or, I don't know, an arrow to fire. There's none of that. There's none of it. It's just a rock on the floor. And I don't know who the first person is to look around at each other, but you all feel a little foolish at a certain point as nothing happens.
Argo is watching
Well, there could
the
have been a
hilt
trap.
intently. Argo is just watching that hilt intently, waiting for something to happen.
He's still sure it's going to happen. Just delayed fuse.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to go in. As a leader, I shall go in.
It's very noble of you.
I walk in there where the
And just describe to us how Fishfinger walks, because he's not of the human persuasion. He is something entirely different.
Well, I mean, he's still humanoid, so like he's
Humanoid, meaning
Yeah.
he has legs.
he has legs. He like,
And two legs.
two legs. Two
Okay,
legs,
yeah,
Bi-
yeah.
Bipedal.
Just wet, more like web finger type.
Web
so,
fingers.
So I
is,
can
he, is
swim.
he always wet?
Not always
I
wet, but he
imagine he's
likes
just
to be.
always dripping.
But he likes to be wet, but
Like
he
he can't sit on the furniture at the house.
he's currently
Always
not
has a
wet
wet
right
towel
now.
on his
Okay,
head.
so
So
he's a little dried out.
Yeah.
Okay, it's dusty down here.
Yeah, it does feel dry in this area.
Mhm,
Occasionally I'll just do like to take a quick dip somewhere, but there's no place to take a dip
yeah.
right now. So
And this room feels very sanitized.
Mhm.
You know, so you're able to walk in, just step in. You know, all like Pink Panther, like sneaky style, and you step in and nothing happens. You're in the room with
Yeah.
all of the lockboxes. And that's when your eyes catch sight of lockbox number 001 is open. And you catch sight of that one because it's right next to the door.
yeah, is it empty? Or is it-
Yeah. hmm
So probably people have come down here to empty.
Is 052 closed or open?
Is 052 closed or open?
Let's have an investigation check to see if you can track it down.
14.
Yeah. So there it is, intact. In fact, it is right there. It is, like I said, it is about the shape of the end of a shoebox, and there is a lock.
Mhm.
There's like a keyhole there on the front of it, as is every other one of these in the room, and a brass nameplate with the number 052 inscribed on there. And you're sure this must be the one.
We weren't given a key, right, for the lockbox?
No, you were not given a key. You were just given
the
the
number.
number.
Well, our
I suppose you need me to work my magic again, huh?
how high is 052 in terms of like the height from the ground?
It's very high.
Next to the ceiling.
Like it starts at 50, 51, 52. It's third from the top.
So I can reach it, but he probably can't. But
Unassisted, he cannot reach it.
Argo is still watching that hilt, waiting for something to happen.
He's just peeking in there, like,
shall I guide you up to the
He-
key?
he's-
Yeah, a little boost if you wouldn't mind.
All
here.
right, and I just
And if
cast.
you could give me some guidance while
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
okay. And you're going to try to pick the lock.
Yep.
Okay, it's going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
Okay. Okay, well, the good news is I'm a halfling, so I get to re-roll ones.
Oh, you're using your, what it was, lucky feet? It's not lucky feet.
It's a racial thing.
it's
Whenever
a
I roll
lucky
a one,
racial trait.
yes.
Okay, that's good. So what that means is that the lockpick doesn't break.
$26.
26. That's much better than a 1. Yeah, so you're able to unlock it. It was tricky, though, right? Different mechanism than the gate out front. So you're able to get it. It won't quite release. You have it almost there. Let's have one more check to see if we can fully open it up.
$29.
Oh yeah, that'll do it for sure, for sure. Yeah, and it's able to release, and then it kind of like pops out as soon as you set it, as soon as you click it, and then got it. You open it up.
I
and
open it. What do we have in there?
Inside, you find this. Not that. This other thing, which is inside this box.
Rather lose that.
Please describe to the viewers what you found inside there.
It appears to be a treasure chest of some sort.
And you're immediately going to open it?
I'm going to investigate it first.
Okay, hold that thought. That's where we're going to end block number 1. Before we open that up, we're going to find out what's inside the treasure chest that Big Sal is is impulsively opening up immediately
While I'm still holding him up.
while he's being guided with the hands of fish fingers. Argo's standing out in the hallway going, "Not today." And Sean
is
also
quickly backing up.
well, he was already backed up. He's taking more steps backwards. So we're going to take a little break, and then we'll be right back with room number 2.
5-room dungeon. It's a 5-room dungeon. Room 1, guarded entrance. Room 2, puzzle or roleplay challenge. Room 3, a trick or a setback. Room 4, climax. Room 5.